WordGirl!
Listen for the words vanish and rely. And now we begin part 2 of our incredibly exciting blockbuster 2-part story. Now, as you may recall, in part 1...
In a minute, Mr. Narrator.
Oh.
Becky, I can't believe you would miss your father's special family dinner not once, but twice.
Mom, I swear, I missed those dinners because Scoops and I had to stop Two Brains and the energy monster from turning the whole city into cheese.
Sorry, Becky, but we all know that WordGirl is the only one amazing and super powerful enough to do all that.
Oh, yeah. WordGirl. Isn't she great?
Oh, Becky. First you missed 2 family dinners, and now you're putting down WordGirl? Becky, you deserve to be mega grounded.
Will someone just please tell me what mega grounded means?
Becky, you are mega grounded for the next month.
A whole month?
That's what mega grounding is, Becky. No TV, no computer games, no play dates, no staying up past 7.
Does mega grounding also mean I have to hear the punishment from him?
Yes, I'm afraid you do.
No roller skating, no roller blading, no bicycling, no unicycling, no...
Yeah, I don't own a unicycle.
Well, don't buy one, because you are mega grounded. Ha-ha.
Mom, Dad!
I'm sorry, but we said there'd be consequences for missing dinner, and you can rely on us to keep our word.
By the way, you might want to take a look in your room.
What? What? All my things! My pretty princess toys! They've vanished!
Yes, I know.
You took all my toys?
Mega grounded, Becky.
But
I'm sorry, but the punishment is final.
Actually, there is one last thing I can do to prove my innocence. I'm going to rely on an old Botsford tradition, the family trial.
There's no such thing as a family trial.
Actually, TJ, if you studied our family history, you'd know that a Botsford can rely on the family trial to settle any dispute.
So, Becky can use the family trial to wiggle out of her punishment? We shall see about that.
Meanwhile, Dr. Two Brains is trying to get out of his punishment.
Oh, come on. Do you really have to handcuff us?
I'm sorry, Two Brains. Oh, Dr. Two Brains? You don't know where the energy monster went, do you? It seems like it vanished.
Ooh, set me free and I'll help you look for it.
Oh, nice try. That was good. Huh. Where did that energy monster go? Has to be around here somewhere. I better call for some backup. This is Officer A. What's with my walkie-talkie? It's acting all weird.
I now call this court to order. Becky, I promise, even though I'm your mother, you can rely on me to be a fair and honest judge.
You're already doing a wonderful job, honey.
Thank you, sweetie pie.
Mom?
You're right. From now on, please call me Judge Botsford.
You got it, honey.
We'll begin with the prosecution. That means we'll start by hearing Mr. Botsford's side of the story.
I'm going to let my lawyer handle that. TJ?
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen of the court, Judge Mom, Monkey. I know that I'm just a 7-year-old boy, and that there's a lot I don't know about this crazy world. I don't know much about the law or trials, or even how to do long division. But there is one thing I know in my heart. When a father works all day over a hot, spicy stove to cook his family a special feast, shouldn't his whole family be there to enjoy that feast? Judge, I present to you my client's spicy surprise. This is the meal which the defendant, Miss Becky Botsford, in her selfishness, didn't even deign to eat. You see, when my client, Dad, served up this spicy surprise, Miss Becky Botsford served up a little surprise of her own. She didn't show up for dinner. It was as if she had disappeared, vanished. Well, you know what also vanished? A father's trust in his only daughter.
I thought I could rely on you, Becky.
Order! Order!
Sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, my client's tears speak more eloquent, say more than I ever could. The prosecution rests its case. And its feet.
Judge? Judge?
I'm sorry. That was beautiful.
No, please, please. Keep it up, I love it.
Bob, what am I gonna... Oh, not you too!
And so while Becky tries to get herself out of trouble, Two Brains is trying to figure out how to get himself out of jail.
You are not going anywhere, Two Brains, because I'm keeping my eye on you, and there's no way that you can vanish from my sight.
Oh, well, that's fine with me.
Hey, just keep your eyes right here and don't look anywhere else. Two Brains, that's the oldest trick in the book. Well, I'm not falling for it. I'm gonna concentrate entirely on you. Hey, peanut butter crackers.
Thank you, peanut butter crackers. I knew I could rely on you, energy monster. Sorry, Maria. Now come on, let's vanish.
Back at the family trial, Becky is presenting her side of the story. She's already called her first witness.
Mr. Ming,
Objection!
there's nothing to object yet. Where have you been these last 2 nights?
Becky, don't you remember? You were with me.
It's a trial, Scoops. I ask questions, you answer them so everyone can hear.
Oh, I gotcha.
So, where have you been these last 2 nights, Mr. Ming?
Well, Becky and everybody, so you can hear me, I spent the last 2 nights investigating a serious crime, and I was relying on Becky here to help me.
Right. And when you rely on someone, it means that you depend on them to be there for you. Scoops was relying on me to help figure out who was behind a crime that was threatening the whole city. Isn't that right, Scoops?
Miss Botsford, are we really supposed to believe that ordinary Becky Botsford is a crime-fighting hero who flies around saving cities? Oh, please.
Well, I know it may sound ridiculous, but I have evidence. I submit to the court Exhibit A, a helmet that I confiscated. It was built by the evil Dr. Two Brains and worn by the energy monster.
Objection! How are we supposed to know that it's not just some toy you bought at a toy store?
How about I go to another scene and then come back? Meanwhile,
I don't know what she said. I was relying on that helmet to help me understand her.
Well, I don't know where the helmet went. It just vanished.
It can't vanish because I put a homing device inside it. That way I can find it wherever it goes. The only problem is, it'll only work when it's attached to a power source. I just hope whoever has the helmet is foolish enough to plug it in.
Becky, I've got an idea. Let's plug it in.
What is it doing?
I don't know.
I know what it's doing. Nothing. Judge, I think we've seen enough.
Oh, Becky, if that's all the evidence you have, then I'm afraid I have no choice but to find you.
Hello, neighbor. You wouldn't happen to have a mysterious blinking helmet lying around your house, would you?
Let's say that I did. Why would you need this helmet?
So I can go unicycle riding. I've got an extra brain to protect after all.
Sorry, Two Brains, it's not here.
Oh, poppycock and hogwash. Hand it over right now or you'll have to deal with Maria.
You know, I think we do have the helmet. Why don't you come inside and get it?
Ooh, don't mind if I do. Come on, boys, let's try this again.
Wait, Dr. Two Brains, while you're here, I thought you might like to try this. It's my father's spicy surprise. Might be a little cold, but it's got spicy meat, spicy spices, and oh yeah, spicy cheese.
Spicy cheese? Let me at it, I'm starving.
Be my guest, all of you.
I have got to say, this is truly a surprise. A spicy surprise. Very spicy. Hey, can I please have some water?
Oh, sorry, we just ran out.
Ran out? Ran out? Get out of my way! Water. Where's the water?
I'll give you water.
Oh, thank you. Uh-oh.
WordGirl, you're in big, mega trouble now. Know why? In fact, I'm bigger and better than every other villain in the whole town. I'm better than the Butcher, better than the Whammer, better than...
I just couldn't listen to her talk anymore. That helmet? Worst thing I ever invented.
Well, thanks, Two Brains, but you know, I still have to take you to jail.
I could use the peace and quiet. Come on, let's go.
I'm sorry I doubted you, Becky. Obviously, you were telling the truth.
Dad, I'm sorry too. I still wish I hadn't missed dinner.
Hey, where's WordGirl? She was just here.
I guess you could say she vanished. And that's because vanish means to suddenly disappear.
Well, Becky, do you know what's also vanished? Your punishment.
And so the Botsford family trial comes to a close. Now, before I vanish, remember, if you miss an episode of WordGirl, there will be consequences. You'll miss all the fun. That's why I'm sure we can rely on you to come back for another thrilling adventure of WordGirl.